The year was 1957. India, newly independent, was taking its first steps on the road to industrialization. In this era of hope and ambition, Hindustan Motors launched a car that would become synonymous with Indian motoring for generations, the Ambassador. Based on the British Morris Oxford Series 3, the Ambassador was more than just a car. It was a symbol of national pride, a testament to India's manufacturing capabilities, with its spacious interiors, robust build, and commanding road presence. The Ambassador quickly captured the hearts of Indians. It became the vehicle of choice for politicians, bureaucrats, and families alike. For decades, the Ambassador reigned supreme on Indian roads. The Ambassador's dominance was further cemented by government policies that protected domestic industries from foreign competition. With limited options available, the Indian consumer embraced the Ambassador as a reliable and affordable mode of transportation. It became a common sight on the country's roads, its distinctive shape and throaty engine note instantly recognizable. The Ambassador's success was not solely due to government protection, it was also a testament to the hard work and dedication of Hindustan Motors' workforce. Hindustan Motors built a robust value chain that spanned from inbound logistics to after-sales service. The company sourced components from a network of domestic suppliers, ensuring a steady flow of raw materials to its manufacturing facilities. Its assembly lines, though not as automated as those of its global counterparts, were efficient enough to meet the demands of a captive market. Outbound logistics relied heavily on a vast dealership network that stretched across the length and breadth of India. Marketing and sales efforts were minimal in the initial years, fueled primarily by the Ambassador's aspirational value and the lack of alternatives. After-sales service, however, was an area where Hindustan Motors excelled. The Ambassador's simple design and readily available spare parts made it relatively easy and inexpensive to maintain. This focus on after-sales service created a loyal customer base that swore by the Ambassador's reliability and ease of repair. However, this seemingly well-oiled machine had a critical flaw. It was built for a bygone era. The year 1991 marked a turning point in India's economic history. The country embarked on a path of liberalization, dismantling decades-old barriers to trade and opening its doors to foreign competition. For Hindustan Motors, this new era of globalization would prove to be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it presented an opportunity to expand beyond its traditional customer base and tap into new markets. On the other hand, it exposed the company's vulnerabilities, particularly its lack of innovation and its reliance on a single product. As global automotive giants like Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai and Toyota entered the Indian market, they brought with them a wave of new technologies, fuel-efficient engines and modern designs. Indian consumers, now exposed to a wider range of choices, were quick to embrace these new offerings. The Ambassador, with its outdated design, thirsty engine and lackluster features, began to lose its appeal. Hindustan Motors, accustomed to operating in a protected market, struggled to keep pace with the rapid changes sweeping the industry. The Ambassador's once revered design, now considered outdated and boxy, became a symbol of its inability to adapt. The car's heavy chassis, while contributing to its sturdy build, also made it fuel inefficient, a major drawback in a market increasingly conscious of rising fuel prices. Attempts to modernize the Ambassador's design and improve its fuel efficiency were met with limited success. The company's efforts to breathe new life into the aging workhorse were often seen as too little, too late. The Ambassador's decline was not just a matter of aesthetics or fuel economy. It was also a reflection of Hindustan Motors' failure to innovate and keep pace with changing consumer preferences. While foreign car makers were introducing new models with advanced safety features, entertainment systems and comfortable interiors, Hindustan Motors seemed content with making incremental changes to its flagship product. This lack of innovation, coupled with the company's inability to shed its image as a maker of outdated cars, proved to be a lethal combination. Section 5. Stumbling in the face of change, missed opportunities. The Indian automotive market was undergoing a seismic shift. The rise of the middle class, coupled with increasing disposable incomes, created a surge in demand for passenger vehicles. New segments such as SUVs and hatchbacks were emerging, catering to the evolving needs and aspirations of Indian consumers. Hindustan Motors, however, seemed to be stuck in a time warp, clinging to its past glory and failing to capitalize on these emerging opportunities. The company's attempts to diversify its product portfolio were half-hearted and poorly executed. The Contessa, a sedan positioned as a more premium offering, failed to capture the imagination of buyers. Similarly, ventures into the light commercial vehicle segment did not yield the desired results. Hindustan Motors' inability to read the market, coupled with its reluctance to move away from its tried and tested formula, proved to be costly mistakes. Section 6. Labor management and the road not taken. Hindustan Motors' downfall cannot be attributed solely to external factors. Internal issues, particularly those related to labor relations and management decisions, played a significant role in the company's demise. The company was plagued by labor unrest, with frequent strikes and lockouts disrupting production and impacting morale. Management, often accused of being slow to react to market changes, seemed more focused on preserving the status quo than on steering the company towards a sustainable future. There was a clear disconnect between the shop floor and the boardroom, with workers feeling increasingly alienated from the decision-making process. This lack of communication and trust between management and labor created an environment of uncertainty and mistrust, further hindering the company's ability to adapt to the changing market dynamics. Hindustan Motors' story is a stark reminder that even the most iconic brands can falter if they fail to address internal challenges and adapt to the evolving needs of the market. Section 7. The slow fade, brand neglect and market exit. As competition intensified, Hindustan Motors' market share dwindled. The Ambassador, once a symbol of Indian pride, became a relic of the past, its presence on the roads diminishing with each passing year. The company's financial woes deepened, forcing it to sell off assets and lay off workers in a desperate attempt to stay afloat. Despite these efforts, Hindustan Motors could not escape the inevitable. In 2014, the company suspended production at its Uttarpara plant, marking the end of an era. The Ambassador, once the king of Indian roads, was consigned to the annals of automotive history. Hindustan Motors' demise was not a sudden collapse, it was a slow and agonizing fade, a cautionary tale of a company that failed to adapt to the changing times. Section 8. Lessons from the fall, a cautionary tale. The failure of Hindustan Motors offers valuable lessons for businesses operating in dynamic and competitive markets. First and foremost, it highlights the importance of innovation. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, companies cannot afford to rest on their laurels. They need to constantly innovate, adapt, and evolve to stay ahead of the curve. Second, Hindustan Motors' story underscores the need for diversification. Relying on a single product, no matter how successful it may have been in the past, is a recipe for disaster. Companies need to diversify their product portfolios and explore new markets to mitigate risks and ensure long-term sustainability. Third, Hindustan Motors' experience serves as a stark reminder of the importance of operational efficiency. In a competitive market, companies need to streamline their operations, optimize their supply chains, and control costs to remain competitive. Finally, Hindustan Motors' downfall highlights the critical role of leadership in navigating challenging times. Leaders need to be proactive, decisive, and visionary, capable of anticipating market shifts and making the tough decisions necessary to ensure their company's survival. Section 9. The future of mobility adapting to a new era. The automotive industry is on the cusp of a new revolution. Electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and shared mobility are transforming the way we think about transportation. For companies operating in this space, the ability to adapt and innovate will be paramount to their survival. Hindustan Motors' story, though a cautionary tale, also offers a glimmer of hope. The company's legacy lives on in the hearts of many Indians, a testament to its enduring appeal. Perhaps with the right leadership, strategic vision, and a willingness to embrace change, the Hindustan Motors brand can be revived, not as a manufacturer of outdated cars, but as a symbol of India's aspirations for a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable future of mobility.